As bicycle racing gets more popular, it is morphing into all sorts of different competitive formats. Cyclocross has been around for almost 100 years, but it's only now coming into its own. The Tour de France is the marquee event in endurance bike racing. BMX is the new Olympic biking sport, but it's the hybrid race, cyclocross, that's growing the fastest.
A lot of people call it steeplechase on bicycles because you're actually running and jumping over obstacles. You have a real interesting mix of competitors going head-to-head every weekend.
I heard Lance Armstrong try this.
Lance Armstrong tried this 2008 Interbike demo, finished 16th in the event, and asked if he was going to do another race. He said, nope, it's too hard. It's a usual mass start race. Determine the winner is basically the fastest and strongest guy out there, or girl.
Yeah, we'll find out.
It's not always who's leading the whole race. It's a very tactical event where if you know that you're fast and the guy behind you is fast, it's kind of a cat and mouse who's going to, go the hardest out in the last lap, and that's where usually the race is won.
The women's elite division was a typically tight race. Major Beth Mason, a physical therapist stationed at West Point, was a favorite in the highly competitive field at Newburgh.
First 2 minutes of the race is completely anaerobic, and then you're going aerobic after that, but it's just a high-end aerobic.
Mason was in second place after a grueling first lap.
It's just a great time on the bike. Since I started doing it, I've started enjoying cyclocross more than I enjoy racing on the road. So this is kind of where I put my focus now.
She was focused enough to take the lead on lap number 2. She pushed hard to maintain her lead and lap the trailers. With 3 laps to go, Beth was cruising and comfortably in front. Then, with 1 lap to go, she had company. Katina Walker had closed fast, and when they came around for the stretch run, it was Walker in the lead. A disappointed Mason finished a few seconds back, done in by mechanical failures and a tactical opponent.
Going into the second half of the last lap, I dropped the chain, and the person who eventually won was right at my wheel at the time, and she just took the opportunity to push on past me, and I actually had to get off and put my chain back on.
Downing Park in the city of Newburgh is a perfect venue for an event due to the way it's laid out. There's flat sections, there's road sections, there's hill sections, and it also allows us to have a really spectator-friendly course. That's the whole thing about cyclocross events, is where spectators can actually come and walk the whole course and cheer for their favorite riders.
This park was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux, same designers as New York City's Central Park and Prospect Park.
And we thought it was a great idea to bring new people into the city.
They don't know we're here. They walk to the top of the hill and they see this incredible view of the Hudson Valley.
Like any park in any city on a festival day, people socialized at food booths offering sinful treats.
Nutella, whipped cream, bananas, powdered sugar, maple syrup, and butter.
Is health food for cyclocross?
Yes, it is. After. You gotta have it afterward. You have it before, you're not gonna finish the race.
The reason why we have Belgian waffles at our event is the sport pretty much originated in Belgium.
We're here to bring the authentic Belgian waffles back. They're actually called Brussels waffles because when they came to America in 1964 in the World's Fair in Queens, they called it Belgian waffles. Nobody would know where the hell Brussels is. So.
Joe, you've been racing a while.
I've been racing since I was 15 years old, yes. So, yeah, I've been around a while.
And you are?
69.
So you won today? You won your age bracket?
I won the 55-plus event today, yes.
Okay, what does racing mean to you, this sort of...
Well, racing has been my entire life. I mean, I've been doing it for so long, and I met my wife through cycling. I've got my health through cycling. We had a bicycle shop for years, and all as a result of my involvement in bicycle racing.
Back to the races in the men's elite bracket. 9 top competitors testing their strength, speed, and fortitude on the tough Downing Park course.
Go, Jimbo. Move up, man. Move up, move up.
Andrew Crooks took the early lead and tried to stretch out the pack. As they headed to the lower section, there was some separation between the racers. Crooks was ahead of Christian Favada going out, but on the return leg, Favada had taken control. Third time over the double barrier, and Favada was in the lead, but not by much. Gabriel Epstein was close behind him, waiting for the opportunity. Then this happened on the long uphill stretch on the far side of the course.
Our final results are up with 12:30 races, and it's time for the awards. Come on down to the registration area.
Another chain dropped and another lead change. There's still a lot of racing to go, but Favada has a lot of time to make up.
What is it about this hill?
It's tough. When I raced earlier, I ended up doing 6 laps, and then by the 6th lap, it was just so slow. Felt like I was in slow motion.
A lap to go, and Epstein hasn't let Favada get any closer than 10 seconds back. Epstein cruises over the finish line, savoring his win.
Yeah, the first lap was pretty hairy because there's a lot of guys all around each other. But then I attacked them the first time up the climb here on the backside, and that just exploded the whole field. So.
In first place, number 44, Katina Walker.
Oh, I'm so glad to win today. So this is just my second win this season, and on the cyclocross races. So I'm pretty happy about it.